Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kristen Perez, and here we have with me my co-host Vijay Thakkar, and we have Aaron Jezghani, Will Powell, and Sudhanshu Agarwal of Team Phoenix of Georgia Tech. Thank you for coming, everyone. For those who are just joining us and may be unfamiliar with the Supercomputing Conference and its student cluster competition, Team Phoenix has been preparing for quite some time now for this, more or less the premier high performance computing hackathon globally. I don't know if we can loftily claim that, but I think it's safe to assume right now. Team, tomorrow's a big day for you all. Can you tell us what it is exactly you are attempting to do over these next 4 days?
I nominate Sudhanshu to answer that question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, what we're essentially trying to do is we get a bunch of cultists together and we have a cloud in Microsoft Azure, and we're trying to run a bunch of applications like BlendPack, HPCG, Romax, and a mystery app that mimics CT and CESM as fast as possible, and trying to beat other teams and benchmark scores in a sense. But yeah, that's the biggest sense of it. But in a greater detail, this competition is mainly about optimization, being able to manage clusters, and being able to run stuff fast if something breaks and things like that.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Sudhanshu. Is there anything else that Aaron or Will or Vijay that you would like to add on to that? Nope. Okay. Well, then I just kind of want to ask you how, this is what, so I know that this is different than hackathons from the overall prep time. Can you kind of go into what it took to prepare, how long you were preparing, and what that looked like for the team?
Yeah, I can go a bit into that. Oh, sorry. Will, you can go ahead.
Well, just a little context. So Georgia Tech is building on a strong heritage of HPC and supercomputing. And we recognize its importance, and this is the second time we've done this. We did participate in SC17, the student cluster competition, so we kind of came back and regrouped. This time we did it as a class, as an elective sort of course where students got academic credit for participation, so that kind of helped formalize, our plans for this, and we can hope to continue that in the future. So Georgia Tech put the resources in and believes in this and this experience and what it brings to the students. And we believe that giving hands-on for HPC and supercomputing, is very important to provide. So I'll let Vijay talk specifics.
Yeah, so as for the specifics, the exact date that the preparation started for the Georgia Tech team is actually before the last SC even started. So I was talking to Rich, the faculty advisor for the team, of what we should do about getting the sponsorships for the actual hardware for the competition. And during the SC show floor at SC19, I was talking to vendors. We had some meetings set up with AMD and NVIDIA and other folks to see if they could give us hardware sponsorship. So that's how far back we actually started the planning before we even had the students for the team organized. So, and ever since then, we've been working with, starting January, we had a team that we put together. So it's been a while. It's been cooking for a while.
Wow. That's serious prep work. Okay, so well over a year that this has been in the works. This is no normal hackathon, to put it lightly. And Ali Kazmi is just joining us. Welcome, Ali. Nice to see you. So we're kind of going over everything about the team right now, and maybe you can jump in here. But I was going to ask now, so it sounds like, well, this has been in the works for quite some time. How was the team itself put together? How did that work? What did that look like?
Sure. So the way I was actually recruited to this team was kind of interesting. Yeah, Vijay knows this story. So I found out about this through Reddit. The class was actually advertised by Vijay on Reddit, and he talked about all the skills that we could learn and things that we could do. And I was interested in getting to run things on big computers, so I signed up and everything happened from there.
Okay, that's awesome. Well done for putting that out on Reddit. And is that kind of the story for the rest of the team, or how else does this
Most
work
of
out?
us, yeah. I think that's how, like, we did a vote in class one day. We were like, who found out about this from the Reddit? And I think over half the team did. So
Okay, that's not a normal story, but I love it. I love it. The power of Reddit is undeniable. Okay, that's pretty interesting. And I have to say, I've never heard of class recruitment done through Reddit or in any regards. So maybe there's also a testament to that right there. Okay, so now that we kind of understand the interesting way the team was put together, and it's been in the process of what, at least 6 months of preparing. Um, let's look at, going forward over these next 4 days as a group or as individuals. What are you all most excited about? What are you nervous about? What are you kind of anticipating this competition to hold for you?
Personally, I'm excited about like trying to try like competing with other teams and something that I've been preparing for like a few weeks to like seeing how well the preparation was and like if we can potentially beat like teams from China and like other countries. So it sounds like really exciting to like compete against like an international group of teams.
And if anybody
We
else
also have
wants,
our
yeah.
we also have our arch nemesis of Clemson to compete against.
Arch nemesis. Those are tough. Those are tough words there, Vijay. I mean,
Yeah,
um,
there's a lot of ACC schools, Kristen. There's NC State and Wake Forest.
all right. Okay, so maybe Georgia Tech will come out on top. Team Phoenix, hopefully. Those will be
And
great
so,
documents.
I mean, so really the ultimate thing is to see the students put together the skills that they've nurtured and cultivated for the contest. I mean, and this is data science skills. This is the era of data science. So, I mean, taking the ability to run LinPack and the familiarity with the technologies. I mean, then you can step from that into real world, world changing data science, social impact, big data. I mean, this is the stepping stones to taking all this information that we have, using supercomputers to get to glean that information out of the data sets and change the world. So I mean, these are foundational kind of in this era of big data that get these supercomputing skills and take them to the next level and go find some interesting data sets and lead the way. I mean, this is kind of the supercomputing era. So that's our big hope as faculty kind of pitching in on some of this is we see some interest and curiosity on some of using these big tools to go gain those insights. So
From the perspective of the mentor of the team, like it's also really exciting to see just the growth in the skill set of the students who've been like we have been effectively surfing through this class. Even the students who've not been a part of the team have learned so much since they've started learning. So at least I hope that's their impression as well. So that's the whole point of the student cluster competition. It was started as a way for undergraduates to make their way into the world of HPC. That's why you don't see experienced grad students being a part of the team. The whole point is to challenge themselves and do something incredibly difficult, which is partly the reason why the lead times for these competitions are also so long. So that's personally this exciting part. Like I'm not interested in whether we win or not per se, or the rankings. It's just how much did you do more that you couldn't do before. That's more like the exciting part in a way.
Team has been incredible this year. When you consider that they started off on a managed cluster, just our instructional PaySize cluster, where everything was prepared, ready to go. So really it was just a matter of compiling software from a system that was ready to run to then preparing to build their own cluster, to suddenly with COVID, everything flipped and they had to go to cloud. And now they've got all these just kind of temporal resources. They come and go. And that's probably been one of the biggest challenges to overcome, and finding out how to effectively deploy, maintain, and re-image everything on the fly. and they've really stood up to that challenge and excelled. So, if anything, that's definitely the big takeaway. At this point, I'd say the team are the Azure experts in this group.
Oh, that's awesome. What a testament to, the team and to the instructors as well. This has been, sounds like a tremendous undertaking and been great for growth for everybody around. I do want to ask it. I know that you all had some, at least some vendor support, because this is quite an undertaking from a just from a hardware perspective and from other perspectives as well. Could you tell us if there's anybody that we want to thank today for getting us to where we're at now?
So I can definitely comment. As Vijay mentioned, he started off last SC and started approaching vendors to get some contact. And as things came to fruition, one of the obvious ones we stepped to was Penguin through Paul Gallagher. Georgia Tech has had a very strong partnership with Penguin, so it was kind of a obvious choice. And then, leading the way after that, Mike Moretti from Intel was definitely willing to stand up, set us up in contact with a handful of their engineers to discuss some of their emerging technologies. And then NVIDIA, we have our local Oda Green, but then also Kurt Schmidt, and then Robert Cravella gave us, access to the NVIDIA binary to run HPL. So there's a lot of this big, entities that are in the HPC community that really stepped up and wanted to enable the team to succeed. So definitely thank you to all of our sponsors in that sense.
All right. On that note, I want to say thank you all today for joining us. Good luck tomorrow. This is exciting. We'll touch base again soon. Thank you again, and I hope you all the success.